Hey, Chris here, welcome back to the channel. So this is the second video in this three-part series that I'm doing, which is aimed at helping people that have never done a Cheltenham Festival in their entire lives, getting started with preparing and being just ready for making as much money as possible when we get to the Cheltenham Festival in March 2022. Now, in this video, I should be talking about the very best bookmaker accounts to use, but due to the fact that I had my YouTube account banned a year ago for a week because I mentioned a bookie that wasn't Google approved, I thought it'd be better to just talk about the very best offers you should be doing, and I've listed the best bookmaker accounts over on the Profit Boss Ko-fi page. I'll leave the link to the first video of this series down in the description, and I'll put the link to that Ko-fi page down in the description as well. Before I tell you about the very best offers to be getting on with at Cheltenham then, I'll just mention the Profit Boss Match Betting Facebook group, which if you're not joined up to that, then please do so. There's over 3,000 members now, and it would be so cool to get that to like 10,000 members by the end of this year. Should be possible if we can get enough people over there, but yeah, I'll leave the link down in the description as usual for that. But having said that and getting into it then, there's basically two very main things you should be focusing on for Cheltenham over the 4 days of racing. And, if you've been through a Cheltenham Festival before, you probably already know all this. So it's probably, this video is maybe aimed at more beginners that have never been to, never done any Cheltenham match betting before, or maybe you've not even started doing horse racing match betting yet, and you're really not quite sure what the very best offers to do are. Ultimately, the first thing you want to be looking at are the refund offers for your horse placing in a position. So that'll be, if the horse finishes in second place, you would basically bet £10 and you'd back it and lay it. And then if it finishes in second place, you get a refund either as a free bet or as cash. And that's just super, super simple there. Now, there are some bookmakers that actually cover multiple places. So there is one bookmaker, for example, that covers second, third, and fourth. So if the horse wins the race, you just take a very small qualifying loss, you try and set them up so it's like 20 pence that it's cost you. And if it finishes second, third, or fourth, you'll actually get that free bet or cash back. And then obviously if it finishes outside of the top four, then again, you just take that very small qualifying loss. One bookmaker even does it where you get a £20 free bet if your horse wins the race. And that's a really good offer. And we actually, over on the Ko-fi live streams that we do, we actually do a strategy called overlaying that offer to make it so that no matter what, you don't actually take any qualifying loss whatsoever. And you can do that when it's, you need the horse to win. It's a very clever way to make sure it's completely risk-free there. Now, some of the refund offers, in my opinion, really aren't worth doing because you've got stuff like the, free bet if your horse finishes second by a neck. So that's literally the horse has to finish just a neck's gap or less than a neck, actually. And sometimes it's like by a head as well, a horse's head, which, as we know, that's not much of a sort of distance, is it? It's a very small amount. So the chances of that horse that you're backing and laying actually finishing in second at less than a horse's neck distance is a very, very tiny chance. So I kind of ignore those completely because in my opinion, I don't feel it's worth racking up loads of qualifying losses with such a tiny, tiny small chance of actually ever getting a free bet from it. If we get on the laptop here, we're just here on OddsMonkey. I wanted to show you this tool before I talk about the next strategy I want to talk about, which the regulars of the channel will already know what I'm going to say. But as I say, it's this video for beginners. You won't have heard what I want to talk about next, so definitely stay watching if you're brand new to match betting or even brand new to horse racing. But here on OddsMonkey, if we look at this tool here, so on the dashboard here, if we click Racing Matcher, I want to make people aware of this that haven't got OddsMonkey, or maybe you're using Profit Accumulator or any other match betting software, because this tool, should I say, is just super, super crucial to getting all the best offers. So what you can do is you just simply on the top left-hand corner here, click on Offers, and then under this Offers tab here, you click that. And it just brings up a list. This is a very small list, so we actually only have 7 offers there because I'm recording this video on a Thursday evening. It's about 6:45. I'm just about to actually go live on the channel to do some Q&A session for half an hour. But yeah, there's like barely any offers here because it's just an evening. But at the Cheltenham Festival, during those 4 days, that list will drop down. It'll be a huge list, and there'll just be so many offers there, and by having that tool, you'll make sure that you won't miss any offers whatsoever. Please don't forget to check down below in the description for the promo codes that I've left for OddsMonkey. One will get you 50% off your first month, and the other will get you 12 days for £1 of premium membership. Now, apart from the refund offers, there is something called Best Odds Guaranteed, and Best Odds Guaranteed, or BOG if you want to call it that, is basically just where you would back and lay a horse and say the odds are 10.0 on that horse before it starts the race, and then the odds go up, but it ends up winning the race. You'll actually get those better odds guaranteed and paid out to you. So you'll actually make a profit, because instead of you just getting your money back like you would if it was, say, back odds are 10, lay odds are 10, and you've put £10 on, you wouldn't just take zero qualifying loss. You'd actually get paid more money out on your back bet, but you'll still take the same amount of loss on the lay bet. So best odds guaranteed are really a good way to make extra money. But I wouldn't focus on that as like a standalone offer and try and get on extra horses just for that. I would just see that as an extra bonus to make money there through those 4 days of Cheltenham. Now, the absolute best strategy to use at the Cheltenham Festival will be the extra places strategy. See, I told you the regulars knew that I was going to say that. But the extra places strategy is just so good because it means you can win both the back bet and a lay bet. You simply back the top 4 or however many positions are being paid on that race, and then lay the lowest amount of places possible. So say it's laying the top 3, and if that horse then finishes in 4th, you'll get your back bet paid as a winner and the lay bet paid as a winner. And it's just, you can make so much money with it. Now, if we go onto the laptop here, again, this is just a Thursday evening, so there's not really much going on here. But you can see that, this top horse here at the top. So again, this is on the OddsMonkey website. But this top one here, the horse Intervention, you'd be looking at a 40p qualifying loss on that, and then a potential profit of £11.80 if it finished in 4th. Now, that's just a small profit there because it's only back odds of 2.1. Typically, we'd look to get on anything with back odds of 15 or more. For example, that next one down there is back odds of 15, and that's a potential £36 profit there. But that's why it's so good, because you can get on a few horses in a race, and then the more horses you can get on in that race, the more chance you have of landing that horse into the extra place. And as long as you're taking very small qualifying losses for each horse you get on, then it's really going to make you profit in the long run of doing them. Recently, someone did comment on a video saying, well, isn't extra places just a gamble? You're hoping that it finishes in the extra place. And no, essentially it's not a gamble. You're just massively stacking the odds into your favor. It's just the same thing as, to say that would kind of be like saying, aren't Bet365 just gambling when they give you odds to bet on their website? Well, no, they're not, because they're giving you the odds at a much worse value than they should be, so that they know the odds are massively in their favor. And all we're doing with this strategy is just turning it round so that the odds are in our favor and taking advantage of that offer that they're giving. Please do drop a like on this video if you've had any value whatsoever. And if you do have any questions, please join me on a live stream here on the channel. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.